Hi, everybody, and welcome to learning about the warm and the cool colors and creating monoprints with lots of texture. All right, so for starters, the warm colors, these are the ones that remind us of the sun. Colors like red, orange, and yellow. These are beautiful colors. I have a little paper for my scrappy bin right here. We've got the warm colors right here, and we've got the cool colors over here. So we've got green, purple, and blue, colors that make us feel calm, cool, and collected. Okay, so students right now are going to be working on creating a monoprint. Mono, that word means one. A print is a copy of something. So here are the materials that we're going to be using. Some good old little small little tins, metal tins. We're going to be using tempera paint on the surface here to create a monoprint. Here's how we do it. Okay, so I've got my tin right here. They're nice and flat. Students will have different containers of paint. I'm just going to use this one for now. Okay, so we're going to use good old flathead brushes for this project. We're going to go ahead and just paint on the surface right here. This is just a starting. Now, we want nice, thin layers. Okay, you can almost see the shininess underneath, nice, thin layers. Once you've got that, everybody's going to get a sheet of white paper. Lay down that white paper, take the paint that you've got here, and you're going to turn it over and really gently do a push on the underside. There we go. And we've got a print. So that's a pretty basic one. We'll do a sheet with warm colors and a sheet with cool colors. And then we'll do a project related to that afterwards, a collage kind of a project. But for today, the goal is this, to start to add those layers of paint. This is where we can start to mix it up a little bit using a pencil, and we can start to carve different sorts of lines. Now I'm going to give it a little bit of space. I don't want to overlap my prints. Put it in there. Ooh, and check it out. My print shows up right there. Let me get a little bit more yellow. Look at, you can do this when you're an art teacher. I'm just going to pour it a little bit off to the side here. Okay, and use it directly. Kids will have a tray with all their colors organized. But I'm going to do one that's a little bit more yellow. Let me see if I can start to get some kind of a cool sound too. And did some zigzag lines. I'm going to lay it down and just do a nice push on there. Now, sometimes, so there it is. Part of that zigzag showed up, part of it didn't. That's the thing about monoprints. I think my layers of paint weren't thin enough. Let's try it again. I'm just going to do fewer lines. There, let's see if that one works. Lay it off. Aha, it's showing up a little bit more right here. I'm going to keep turning my paper because I want to go ahead and try to put as many different prints on here as I can. And again, thin layers, which is going to be kind of a hard thing. So you might have to go over and kind of scrape off some of the paint. You're going to use this both for the cool colors and the warm colors. And we'll clean it off just with like a little paper towel, a little baby wipe. There are those lines that showed up. So that tells me, and check it out. Can you see the texture, like the lines of paint that show up there? That's exactly what we want from a mono print. So we'll do this both with warm colors and we'll do this with cool colors. And really the goal is that process of creating a mono print, which is a really easy form of printmaking, but really showing that idea of texture. All right, let's get printing.